This quarter's lesson reminds me of that very famous Bible verse found in 1 Timothy 6 and 10. The love of money is the root of all evil. Now notice, the Bible doesn't say that money is the root of all evil, but the love of money. So what are we talking about here? Well, it's greed. This desire to accumulate more wealth and possessions than you actually need or more than you actually deserve. It's a desire so strong that you're willing to go to great lengths, well, to have more. It's a desire so strong that it doesn't matter who you hurt or who you exploit or who you rob, as long as you get what you want. Now, let's face it, we live in a world that's falling apart because of greed. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and it has something to do with greed. Everywhere we turn, we keep hearing stories about corporate greed, political greed, personal greed, and the list goes on. And whether we want to admit it or not, we are paying the price, well, for other people's greed. The question I want to ask you is this: how would you go about curing greed? Well, if you ask around, well, some people might tell you we need tougher laws, or more government regulations, or just a better system of accountability. And while that might change a person's behavior, it doesn't change, well, the desire. And this is where we come to literally the heart of the matter, because Jesus said in Matthew 15:18 that things like greed, well, they come from our heart. In other words, our attitude towards money is a heart issue. This issue is so important that the Bible contains more than 2,000 verses that all talk about our relationship to money. But what if the cure for greed is not about our relationship to money, but another relationship altogether? As George Edward Reed, the author of this quarter's lesson, tells us, the goal of this quarter's lesson is to discover God's ideal in our relationship with Him, to help us clearly see how we can develop a trust so deep that we will remain faithful to Him even when we can't, well, buy or sell. In other words, the cure for greed is not to change our relationship with money, but to change our relationship with God. That the cure for our greed is to develop an intimate and personal relationship with our Heavenly Father. And as we do, we're going to learn that we matter to God, that God is for us and not against us, and that life is so much better with Jesus in it. Imagine a love relationship with Jesus that is so deep that we are willing to trust Him with every aspect of our lives, and not just with our money, but with our survival. And as we grow in our love for Christ, He changes our heart, and with it, our attitude towards money. So much so, we go from asking, how can I use my money to bless and benefit me, to how I can use God's money to bless and benefit others. This quarter, we're going to learn that when it comes to money, it truly is an attitude of the heart.